Okay, I want to talk about this, like, right now before I forget it forever. Also, hi, I'm not dead. I'm not dead at all. I don't know what really is a good excuse other than the fact that I'm just lazy. Like, don't feel like making videos that often. Anyway, I rewatched Tarzan 1 yesterday, and it made me realize something. All three live-action Spider-Man, especially in their first movie, have fought a green-related villain. Let me explain. When I say a green villain, I mean a person who either is green, like their skin is green, or is just wearing something green related, like a green suit, or like wearing technology that is green. Not only that, all three live-action Spider-Man have battled something green and have won twice, and have won in all almost all movies. For Toby, it was twice. For Andrew, it was twice. For Tom, it was 4 times actually. So like, if they became green because of a serum, or they're wearing technology that's green, or if it's something, or it's like the in-between saying it's both. Like for Toby's first Spider-Man movie, he fights Green Goblin, who was just Norman Osborn, who actually was wearing a green like battle suit with a helmet, a green helmet, and what it was enhanced by the performance enhancers, which actually they showed it was a green serum, which was a serum. So technically, that counts. Same thing for Harry Osborn. Both Osborns took performance enhancers. They got that evolved to a green mist, and then they donned a greenish. Both donned-ish a green uniform. Well, for Harry, it was like the goggles were green, and like the other was like black, or maybe it was like a dark green. I don't know. The point is, they fought someone green. They have lost before in like their first time around, but they eventually won. And then, well, eventually worked out in the end. I guess. For Tarzan 1, in Andrew's first Spider-Man movie, by the way, I said Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3. For Tarzan 1, he fights the Lizard, who is Kirk Connors, who gets his arm back and turns into a lizard man in one night because of reptilian DNA being injected into himself. And like, that's, in this case, it's a serum that turns him, it's a green serum that turns him green. So, yep, that counts as finding someone who's green. And then there's Green Goblin. Again, let's say in this case it's Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin in Tarzan 2, which is what I'm currently rewatching right now. But in this case, it's just, I would say it's both technology and a serum, but he was injected with spider venom, so I don't know if that counts. But I'm gonna say it wouldn't count. I'll let you know what you guys think. Should that count as him being like enhanced by a serum and the technology he's using with the suit and the glider? For Tom's trilogy, well, at first it was Vulture. It was Vulture at first. And it was Vulture at first because he had like mechanized bird wings that had like that pretty much were green. He wore like a green like sleeveless jacket, and his helmet and the lens were green. So that counts. I say it counts. And then, well, for Mysterio, kinda wearing green, because like when he first met him, he was wearing green all the time. I mean, the final battle, he wasn't wearing any colors at all. He was wearing like a CGI effects suit. But I don't know. Would you guys count that as like a green-related villain? And then No Way Home. By the way, I should have said Homecoming, Vulture, Far From Home, Mysterio, and No Way Home. It was Green Goblin from Tobey's universe and the Lizard from Andrew's universe. That still counts. Actually, wait. Hold on a minute. now that I think about it, in Brand New Day, he's gonna be fighting the Scorpion, who is also wearing green. This will be his 5th time. Doing. This is gonna be like his 5th time. His 5th time. Find someone that's green. But except for Vulture, it was technology. And so the same thing for Mysterio. So I'm pretty sure it will be the same thing for Matt Gargan. For those of you who don't know, Matt Gargan is the Scorpion. You probably saw him in the post-credit scene in Homecoming, where it used to be one of those post-credit scenes that led nowhere until recently, where we see Matt Gargan in the Brand New Day trailer, and that's. I'm still loving this. I'm still waiting to see that movie. I cannot wait any longer. But yeah, I realized this yesterday when I was rewatching 2001. There's so many. I feel like they were going for a theme. Sony went for a theme. Okay, let's have Toby fight a Green Lantern villain on this one, and then probably do it later in 2 more movies, and then we'll go for Andrew, and then okay, here's another green villain, and then the second one, here's another green villain, and for Homecoming, green villain, Far From Home, green villain who pretends to be a hero for some reason, and then No Way Home, 2 green villains from different worlds, and now Brand New Day, we're gonna be going for another villain who's wearing green. And I keep saying green all the time, but it's the point of the video right there. I don't think it's a coincidence whatsoever. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Is this a coincidence that there were so many green related villains, whether it was a serum related or Battlesuit related, that actually was an ongoing theme for every live action Spider-Man? I mean, just Toby, Andrew, and Tom. Don't get me wrong. They're all go-to characters. They're all go-to characters. Green Goblin's a go-to character. I take Dana Han. The face looks the suit looks fine. The glare looks good, but the face ruins it all. And the voice. The face and the voice ruin it for Dana Han. Willem Dafoe makes it way better. He makes the Green Goblin way better. The Lizard, also a great character. He's a great character. And Vulture, he's also a great ally to the Sinister Six. And who else? Mysterio. Mysterio is also a great character. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. Happy Star Wars, everybody. Normally I don't post stuff when it comes to stuff like this, because I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan. I've only seen the sequel films. But still, I feel like this deserves a video. Also, I haven't posted it a lot, so might as well make up for it. So a lot of you know that the Jedis are the good guys and the Sith are the bad guys, and then the Sith is completely flawed because they want to win the war and have the whole entire universe be ruled over power and corruption and all that. At least that's what I believe. And the Jedi are the good guys because they want to win the war and want peace and harmony. And they want to get rid of the ones that are flawed, in this case the Sith. But here's the thing. I don't know if the Sith are the only ones that are flawed. And I'll leave you this question. Who do you guys think is flawed? The Jedi, the Sith, or is it both? I honestly would like to believe it's both, because there's no way the Jedi and the Sith are perfect. They're obviously flawed in many ways, but I feel like the Jedi are more flawed than ever when it comes to one person, and that's Anakin Skywalker. Let me explain. So by the time that Anakin Skywalker is declared the Chosen One, is supposed to be the one to save the world, to stop the war, he gets all pressured, and then in Revenge of the Sith, he just turns to the dark side, works with Palpatine, becomes Darth Vader. Well, actually, gets killed by Obi-Wan, and then gets turned into Darth Vader by Palpatine. Oh, before I continue, if you notice some stuff on my bed, don't worry about that. I'm trying to do some rearranging here. I think it's a week ago, maybe earlier than that, I was watching the video from the Escape Pod podcast, and then it was one of the episodes where their friend Connor was in there, and like how Connor said how like sure the Sith are evil and they're chaotic, but the Sith, the Jedi, they only want to care about the war, wanting to stop the war, trying to find the Sith, trying to stop the Sith. They didn't care for anything. They didn't care for anything Anakin related. They didn't care what he wanted. They only cared about what they wanted. And all Anakin wanted, he didn't like care about being the chosen one. I don't think he wanted to be the chosen one. All he wanted to do was be with Padme forever. But I'm pretty sure they were like, we can't stop the war. Your dreams. So don't give a fuck about that. Let's go. I mean, it was also mentioned that like the Clone Wars saga, like I never watched the show. I never watched a lot of Star Wars, as I said. Like the Clone Wars, the show, like proved that like he's struggling being the chosen one, not getting what he wants, which is, let's face it, total common. Like two most commonalities of being a superhero. You save the world, but you don't get what you want. Like you save the day, but you don't get the girl. Like, you might get the fame, get the fortune, but you don't get the life you deserve. You know, like people like Mace Windu and Obi-Wan Kenobi, they're the reason that the Jedi are so flawed. Like they were like flawed like in the past before they were around, but when it evolved, when those two got around, they're the reason why Anakin decided to chop off Mace's hand and like help Palpatine kill Mace Windu, and that's why he decided to join the dark side with Palpatine, because they didn't care about what he wanted. Palpatine cared. Like sure, it was like a manipulative way, but at least he wasn't wrong about how the Jedi are more flawed than the Sith. But I don't know. Like that's a thought that I had in my head. So, like, tell me, what do you guys think? Like, is it like the Jedi that are more flawed, the Sith that are more flawed, or do you guys think both are flawed equally? Let me know. And also, happy Star Wars Day again. Hey guys, so Star Wars Day. It's late right now, but by the time this comes out, it'll be after Star Wars Day. So let's get into it. So like the Stormtroopers, the Sith, the Jedi, all the fighters in the franchise are good, right? They're good at fighting. However, when it comes to find someone like Palpatine or Darth Maul or Vader, they can come up with a plan, stop it, like stop the plan. They can come up with a plan, stop the bad guy, and go home. However, what if Batman got in the mix? Like if all of a sudden Batman were in the Star Wars universe, even if he had no prep time or prep time, would he still win? I mean, I know the obvious answer is yes, obviously. The obvious answer is of course he would. But it wouldn't hurt to be curious about it. It wouldn't feel bad to feel interested in this case. Like Batman with prep time versus this person, of course Batman wins. Batman with no prep time with this person, of course he wins. And by he, I mean Batman with or without prep time. But think about this. He can be in the Marvel universe and like heroes in there and villains in there, similar to what people like Spider-Man, Thor, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, all of them, he can get rid of them just like that. Hell, he would come up with contingency plans for everybody in the Marvel universe. Except for Deadpool, and that's probably scary. I mean, honestly, I still think that he would, like, even if it was like a Star Wars, even if it was just like go to a different universe, he'd still win. I mean, like, he would take a look at the Jedi and the Sith and be like, yep, they're both pretty much the same team, except they want power and corruption, and they want the war to end and peace. I'm siding with them. Like, he'll say he'll side with them, but he will have, like, be keeping a close eye on certain ones. Which in this case, all of them. Like, the same contingency plans he would come up with the Sith, he'll use against the Jedi. And, like, the same contingency plans he used against Stormtroopers, which is good old-fashioned combat. He'll use the same thing on the fighters in the Jedi side. I forgot what their names were. But it is an interesting thing to think about. So what do you guys think? Do you think Batman with or without prep time can just like find out weaknesses, find out who they are, and then just stop them? Let me know in the comments. And also, happy Star Wars Day. May the Fourth be with you. Good night. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I haven't posted in like weeks. I am so sorry about that. But like, I don't know what's going on. So let's just get this over with. Starting off the movie agenda update here. Starting with Sadie Sink. It says that she has been signed a 5-film deal with Marvel, which could be great. And then, as you see, it's a picture of her as Jean Grey, which is still unconfirmed, but we don't know that for sure. So the big rumor is Sadie Sink's MCU future could be absolutely massive. There's nothing confirmed yet, but the rumor is doing the rounds for a reason. So, like, of course, a lot of you have started the rumor that Jean Grey is going to be played by Sadie Sink. That Sadie Sink is going to be playing Jean Grey, which means we're going to get mutants in the MCU. A lot of different mutants. So according to reports, Sadie Sink may not just be entering the MCU for one quick appearance. The rumored deal being discussed is apparently a huge multi-project Marvel contract with film appearances and possible TV options on the table, which means she could be having her own Marvel show. Her role in Brand New Day is still kept under wraps, which honestly only makes the whole thing feel even bigger. I mean, who can blame? Like, for No Way Home, like Toby and Andrew and Tom had to keep the Toby and Andrew appearances under wraps before No Way Home was ever revealed, and people were predicting, they were theorizing that they were both going to be No Way Home, and they were right. So it could happen for Sadie Sink as well. And Marvel does not usually hire a character this hard unless there's something proper cooking. Big rumor, of course, is being Jean Grey. Nothing confirmed, still a rumor territory here, but it does make a lot of sense if Marvel is gearing up for a major X-Men push after Avengers: Secret Wars. Which I hope you're all still hoping that movie still is gonna be made. I hope it's gonna be made. And they said, and I quote, Jean Grey is not some throwaway character you can't really introduce and forget about. She needs emotional weight, serious power, and someone who can carry the chaos when the story inevitably gets darker. And Sadie Sink has already shown in Stranger Things that she can absolutely handle that level of intensity. Also, there are going to be major Spider-Man projects that were planned but canceled, and you definitely know about like at least two of them, like Toby's 4th movie and Andrew's 3rd movie. So for 2010, there's going to be a Spider-Man 4 coming out for Toby, saying that it was set to feature John Malkovich as the Vulture and Anne Hathaway as Black Cat. And Raimi wanted to fix the mistakes of the 3rd film, but he walked away to ensure the franchise stayed quote-unquote great. Now, a lot of you know about Phantasm 3 that would probably have been, made, but they also plan on making a 4th Tasm movie if the 3rd one was also a success. In these movies, Andrew Garfield was prepared to dive deeper into the mystery of Peter's parents and the rise of Sinister Six. So the whole parents thing in Tasm 2, it was going to be worth it for the other 2 movies. And in Sinister Six, it would have still happened if those two movies were made instead of being canceled. Also in the 90s, there's also going to be a James Cameron version of Spider-Man. I mean, actually, you also know about this one. Spider-Man: The Great Web. That was going to be a game that was going to be made, but it was scrapped. Or maybe you didn't know about it. As well as this, Silver and Black. A movie or show, a project that was going be focusing on Black Cat and Silver Sable. These were going to be like spin-offs that were meant to flesh out the villains and anti-heroes of the Spidey world and give us a darker look at the street-level MCU. I mean, to be honest, I think I would like this to have a Black Cat like spin-off show, as well as for any other rogues or anti-heroes like Silver Sable in the Spider-Man universe. Also, you guys remember that Ultimate Spider-Man game that was released in the early 2000s? They were going to make a sequel to that. They're also going to make a Sinister Six project, which will focus on the Sinister Six, of course. Now, I don't know if it was going to be like a movie or like a show, like spin-off shows, but it will be focused on the six that they would be introducing in the project, like Kraven and Doc Ock and Vulture and Electro and Mysterio and Sandman right in the back. You can't see it from here, but that's his fist. There's also going to be an El Muerto related project that will have like Spider-Man fighting this wrestler El Muerto. Also, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this, but the Spider-Man Brand New Day posters, like you can't see Spider-Man here, but just his legs. But he's fighting the Hand, which is the Red Ninjas from Daredevil. And here's him again, wearing a hoodie, and a Spider-Man outfit is right underneath it, giving like Toby vibes right here. As well as this poster right here, which actually reminds me of Tobey's Spider-Man 2, instead of, Doc Ock was on the lens instead of MJ, and MJ was like right beside Spidey. But it's still giving me like those vibes right there from Spider-Man 2. Also, I don't think I ever mentioned this before, but Sony is blocking Spider-Man's MCU crossover plans. In this case, this guy can cross over with people. Also, X-Men 97 Season 2 is going to be having new mutant teams. X-Factor, X-Force, and X-Corp. X-Factor having Havoc, Polaris, Strong Guy, Wolfsbane, Multiple Man, and Val Cooper. And X-Factor being a government-sponsored group specifically. X-Force will be led by Cable. His tactical team includes Archangel, Psylocke, Sunspot, and Jubilee. And X-Corp will be having this group featuring Beast, Jean, Cyclops, and Polaris, sporting sleek, modern uniforms inspired by Grant Morrison's new X-Men run. People like Wolverine, Storm, Jean Grey, and Cyclops will be showing to have rugged wasteland survival outfits. But for Rogue, Nightcrawler, Beast, Bishop, and a bearded Magneto, we're having ancient Egyptian suited attire for their 3000 BC surroundings. These costume reveals will have distinct looks tied to the team's displacement in time. So for these guys, it's a wasteland era. For these guys, it's the Egyptian era. There will be iconic comic throwbacks as well, like Cyclops and Jean Grey having sporting costumes reminiscent of their original 80s X-Factor blue and white suits. Wolverine will be seen with a bandana mask and on to his feral era after losing his adamantium claws. And Sunspot will be wearing his mid-90s X-Force costume from the Executioner Sawn era. Also, this right here, this guy's named Simbi. A little symbiote pet of some sort. Yeah. This guy's going to be existing in Marvel Comics. In case you didn't know. There's also a new rumor going around that there will be like new characters appearing in the plot of Spider-Man Brand New Day. And all signs point to Dr. Kirk Connors at Pierce University. And people think that Nicholas Hoult is going to be playing the Lizard. Like, I understand the Jean Grey one, but like, guys, come on. Stop spreading rumors like just because like Peter like was escaped from a web cocoon and got organic women does not mean he's gonna be turned a man spider. And just because like the narrator in the trailer said something about evolution and rebirth, it could not mean the Lizard. Also, there's like upcoming FCU projects. This one on the top, very recent, Punisher, One Last Kill. Then there's going to be X-Men 97 Season 2, then Brand New Day, then Doomsday, then Vision Quest Season 1, then Secret Wars, then 3 untitled movies in 2028. Well, actually, then 4 of them. Also, it's been said that Matthew Lillard is going to be cast in DC's Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. I don't know who he's going to be playing, but I think it's going to be Brainiac. It's also been said that he's also have worked with James Gunn in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies he's been in. Also, it's been said that Peter Parker will not be responsible for his Uncle Ben's death in the MCU. He blames himself for Aunt May's death, but Uncle Ben's death, like the guy said, if he blamed himself for his uncle's death, I think he becomes a very different character. That would have been a different interpretation, a very intense. Yeah, Joe Russo said perfectly clear that would have made the character too intense. Which showed that he had an Uncle Ben in the MCU, but he was died off panel. Actually, I'll explain that in another video.
Set him up. Y'all are telling me that Wolverine is fighting a member of the Hand. This is what...
So I just watched the trailer for it, as well as the extended gameplay that came out pretty much yesterday. And before I give my piece on what Soups was trying to say, he had to say, wow, this is amazing right here. If you guys haven't seen the trailer or the extended gameplay, go watch it. It's fire. But I will say, I get what you're saying, Soups. Like, the ninja, it does look like it's Deadpool because of what he's wearing. Like, the red, the brown, the black, all together. But if he was Deadpool, then there would have to be 3, if not 4, minute details for it. 2 of which being, like, the black padding around the eyes, as well as the white eyes right there. The third one is going to be the fourth wall breaking, and the fourth one is the being annoying as fuck when he's fighting Wolverine. I mean, if they were ever trying to I don't know, put Deadpool into this game, then it would have to be something that no one would expect. It would have to be like Deadpool decide to take on this ninja uniform, like pretending he's like a member of the Hand, just to have an excuse to fight off Wolverine. And then at the end of the battle, they both reveal to each other. They're like, "Oh hey, Logan, it's me, Deadpool." Then they have a conversation just for like a total of probably 10 seconds before he's like, "Okay, that's it." And then Logan just stabs him, probably in the face, just cuz. But then Wade will just get up and then be like, "Okay, just some other time," and then leaves. And then who knows? Maybe he'll appear again later on in the game. We never know. But yeah, that trailer and the extended gameplay, that is amazing. I love them so much. Insomniac, you are cooking with this game. You are cooking. And I'm gonna probably talk about what I just saw in the next video. Have a nice day. This video will probably have spoilers from the certain game that I'm gonna be talking about, but damn, the extended gameplay and the trailers for the Wolverine game from Insomniac is fucking awesome. The action and the action in the gameplay, and also as well as the slashing, is so awesome. And the regeneration, the rapid healing. Oh my god, it's actually way more peak than it was in the first Wolverine game. And we get so many other mutants here. We get Jean Grey, we got Leech, we got Mystique on the way, and we have Sabretooth, and well, we actually have a lot more mutants here. But wow, it's so good. I also saw in the extended gameplay that there's like a mechanism for you to actually, if you have like a low bar health, and you can actually like heal yourself with just like a rapid button pushing, and then you can just like get back on your feet. And also the suit also like heals itself too. It's kind of like what they had for like the first Wolverine game and the Deadpool game they had, both on Xbox, by the way. Like where they had like a where they had like a, I think, like yeah. They heal, and then their clothes get healed. Well, that for, I think, kind of for Wolverine, the first Wolverine game. But for Deadpool, I know for sure, because like when he heals, his suit also materializes back. Almost kind of like like if there's like some sort of secretive nanotech in there. Also, I think I mentioned this in the last video. People think that Deadpool is going to be in the game because of a ninja. That's similar to the hand, which actually it would make sense, but I think it would be like Deadpool was probably dressed as the hand, and then he just fought Logan regardless, and it was like, okay, time to ditch this stupid thing, put on the real mask on, and be like, oh wait, it's you again. Also, I love the fact we're getting Sentinels again. Also, the cybernetic ones, these cybernetic humanoid ones. I feel like those are more like humanoid Sentinels. I thought it was gonna be something similar to what they had in the movie Logan in 2017, where they had people with cybernetic limbs, except they had like cybernetics all over the body. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. We just saw like some extended gameplay, and we just saw like a trailer for it. So it's a sea of wonders. But seriously though, Insomniac is cooking right now. It's cooking right now, especially with all the graphics, the animation, and the effects it's going for, and like the environment, the aesthetic of all of it. Woo! I love it. Honestly, I hope that Leech becomes a playable character in the game, where he's like, okay, Wolverine's knocked out, or Jean's knocked out, or Mystique's knocked out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna touch him. And then, like, okay, no more mutants here. Let's go. And as a matter of fact, if there are like more mutants here, I want Rogue to be in this game. Because like, Leech is someone who can take mutants' powers. Or just like, at least, like, make them more human than mutant. However, for Rogue, take the powers and then just use the powers on the enemies and be like, okay, they're mine now. No, fuck you guys. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.
My only issue is how long Origins takes place before Arkham Knight. People say it's only like an 8-year time.
See, now, people think it's an 8-year time gap. They would be kind of close, actually. However, you, my friend, are a bit off by just as much. It's actually, it's a number between 8 years and 15 years. I feel like people say 8 years because of what Deathstroke said, because of like last time he fought Batman was 8 years ago, which let's be honest, it's not entirely true. Before I keep going, go back and watch his video. He basically confirms a tweet that he saw that Arkham Origins is actually canon for Arkham Knight, which is true. Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, including Arkham Shadow, all are canon. And I did some research on this because he said, like, you wonder how long it would take from Arkham Origins to Arkham Knight. Now, I'm going to be explaining that answer in this video by simply saying the short version is it's 12 years. But I'm going to go through all of it, including, I'm going through all the main games. Origins, Shadow, Asylum, City, and then Knight, because that's how chronological order works in here. So you saw Arkham Origins. It takes place on Christmas Eve. Batman has a bounty on his head by Black Mask, which is actually the Joker, along with him hiring 8 deadly assassins to try and take down Batman so they can get the bounty. And it takes place on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, all that stuff. This takes place in Batman's second year of being Batman. Which means that, yeah, he would have been like there for about 2 years. And like Arkham Shadow happens, which happens months after, which means he would still be like actually be like a few months behind before he actually gets to year 3 of Batman. So he's still in his second year of being Batman. And then Arkham Asylum happens. Arkham Asylum happens. This is where the 8-year time jump happens. After Origins and Shadow, 8 years later, and then Arkham Asylum happens. Joker takes over the Asylum. A lot of villains also take over the Asylum. Batman tries to regain control of it, as well as trying to stop Joker from unleashing a Titan formula that would have people turn into gigantic hulking beasts. They jump ahead 18 months, which is the events of Arkham City happens. Like an expanded super prison named Arkham City happens, run by Hugo Strange, acquired by the mayor Quincy Sharp, and a bunch of these villains are in here, and Bruce is trying to find a way to make sure that Hugo Strange never reveals his identity, and also make sure that Arkham City is not a total madhouse. He's trying to stop all these villains, including Ra's al Ghul, Hugo Strange, and even Joker, who is apparently dying at the moment after taking a massive dose of Titan formula. And also, so that Batman could also get a cure, because he got infected with Joker's blood. And then you got Arkham Knight, which is taking place 9 months after... Well, yeah, it takes 9 months after the events of Arkham City, which ends with Joker's death. This takes place, fortunately, in October. So this means he actually would have been here for 12 years before Nightfall Protocol is initiated, his identity revealed, he fakes his death, and retires. And then that's about it. I'm not counting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League because why should I? Why should I count that? So yeah, it's been 12 years, a total of 12 years for Bruce becoming Batman. That's it. For the people who thought 8-year time jump, like Origins to Asylum, sure, 8 years, but not from Origins to Night. That's way more than that. That's a little bit more than that. And like he was like the guy in that video that you should go watch. He was actually close. He said 15 years, which was a little bit off, but not that much. So yeah, as another way of saying it, from Origins to Shadow to Asylum to City and then Night, it's 12 years. He'd been Batman for a total of 12 years at that point. Okay, I'm gonna do a part 2 of like Marvel, DC, whatever updates that's happening around film industry, whatever. Let's get into it. Starting out, I don't think I ever said this in part 1, but look at it looks on Battison's Batmobile, looking like a vintage American muscle car. I mean, like look at the front here. You can also see like a wide view on this picture right here. So you see on the side. I don't know. You also see like the back right here. Like these angles, they look pretty cool. Right there. Also, it's said to be known that after Avengers Doomsday, the entire MCU will be reset and be Phase 0 for Marvel Studios. Phase 0, thus giving a fresh start that won't rely on past storylines as the franchise heads towards a new era. Also been stuff based on the second leak trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. They're saying that Tom Holland's Peter Parker will be like fighting a mind-controlled Savage Gray Hulk. So we're having Savage Hulk as Gray. At least we know that for sure. So it says that the trailer highlights a massive, terrifying battle through the skies and streets of New York driven by mind control. Bruce Wayne reverts back to a savage form, mutating and progressively growing in size. He unleashes his iconic thunderclap, violently blasting Spider-Man down an alleyway. Also, the footage confirms Sadie Saint's character operating as a major antagonist. People still saying it's Jean Grey. Again, we don't know for sure, but it says she's going to be a major antagonist in the film, and she possesses individuals and leverages a mind control Hulk against Spider-Man. And additionally, she relies on mind control to threaten MJ directly. Also, Peter is going to be utilizing spectacular new moves to combat multiple street-level threats, including an extended prison sequence where he finds out a horde of ninjas by generating a massive web tornado. And by ninjas, we all know it means the Hand. There's also emotional stakes here, meaning the trailer balances its chaotic action with moments of profound isolation, showing unmasked bruised Peter looking at Aunt May's grave and blowing a goodbye kiss. That sounds amazing and sweet at the same time. Also, something about the Punisher, his appearance, like brief dialogue frames Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, warning Peter that if he's going to make a move against the Mountain Chaos, he needs to do it immediately. Which means, like, once again, the stakes are high here, and it's up to Spider-Man to save the day once again. And that's it, basically. Right there. So, yeah. I'll see you on the next one.
We already see them bonding over science together. Is that not exactly what happens in TASM, where Peter and
Okay, not that I don't disagree with you, but I would like to say, if that's the case, then technically, Toby, Andrew, and Tom have gone to see someone smart enough to talk about science and talk about, like, changes in what's different and what's not. In this case, mutation. For Brand New Day, it's from Tom Holland. Brand New Day with Bruce Banner. And for TASM, it was a lizard. Now, where's Tom McGuire in all this? Now, I could be wrong. About this one, but I remember specifically in what was it? Spider-Man 3, where Peter first got merged with the symbiote, with the black suit. And then he went to Connors for advice to see what this thing was. They were both in a classroom talking about the symbiote. That's at least what Connors refers to it as. And Connors is like, don't let any of that get on you. It seems to like you. It needs a host in order to survive. And when they bind, it'd be hard to unbind. So, like, the symbiote, it changes you. It changes your emotions. It also enhances your abilities. Now, am I theorizing on this? Sure. But, like, much like Peter and Bruce in Brand New Day talking about science and talking about mutation is similar to what happens in TASM 1 with Peter and Connors and Oscorp. However, the university part, the two of the professor and the kid that needs help, with this like certain change going around here in university, that's Spider-Man 3 right there. Like when they literally took the suit inspirations from Tobey and Andrew, they also took stuff from the Tobey and Andrew movies as well. What also still bugs me about the first Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer is that, like, there was some stuff about, I think I made a video about this one, where, like, there was a rumor that people made that saying that Lizard was going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, because, I think it's because, like, the narrator in, like, the first trailer said the words evolution and rebirth. Evolution, in this case, they would think, oh, turn a whole city into giant lizards. And rebirth, like, you're reborn as a lizard. You're reborn a god. I will say, though, aside from the fact that, like, this is Hulk that Peter's going to deal with, Son of the Lizard, I will say that, unlike Hulk, in TASM 1, Lizard, like, Connors actually was able to control himself. Like, he turns into a lizard, he's still a genius. He still is mixing chemicals. He's still trying to make the lizard serum. He's still trying to insert the serum and skyrocket into the sky to turn everybody into giant lizards. Also, the rumors about Jean Grey are still aboard. And, like, people are thinking that, like, Jean Grey is going to turn Bruce Banner into the Hulk by his own, without his consent. Like, he's being forced to turn into Hulk against his will. Also, I don't know if I maybe about this one too. Maybe I did, but like there were talks about Gray Hulk appearing. So like he would turn into a gray, like Bruce would turn into Gray Hulk, a Gray Savage Hulk in this case. And if that's the case, then Peter would need to be real strategic about this, being like sun's going down, sun's getting real. No, it's not going to work. I got to try something else. But who knows? These are just theories. It's just theories of us ranting about what's going to happen in Brand New Day. I still can't wait to see it. So, see you in the next one. So this comment actually came from One Day at a Time's video where he was making a skit saying, like, Tom Holland confirmed that, like, the Hulk could be the person to remember that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, because Banner had forgotten, but Hulk didn't, because of a comic panel that happened in a Spider-Man comic. Then I saw this guy comment that saying, well, it could be Ant-Man, but I said it was wrong because Ant-Man and Lost Quantumania took place several months after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. And then he said, oh, okay, my bad. It must have been Captain Marvel. And I was like, if referring to the Marvels, then it wouldn't be possible because the spell would affect everybody and that actually interacted with Peter Parker. And so, it's like Tony, May, Happy, Captain America. And Black Widow was still alive, so would she. Also, there was some people smart, like Bruce Banner's Smart Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Panther, and then this guy was like, yeah, no, that, but we haven't seen anything in space since the spell, or at least it's like Captain Marvel could remember this spell just affected Earth. And so after you said that, I googled it to see if it actually was only stricted for Earth. And it turns out the spell in No Way Home was not strictly limited to Earth, because the magic operates across reality rather than just on planetary surfaces. The spell's erasing effects are ripple out depending on who previously knew Peter Parker. So basically, everyone who knew him, during from Civil War to Spider-Man Homecoming to Avengers Infinity War to Endgame, all the way to No Way Home. The people who knew who he was under the mask, only the people who knew about who Peter Parker was, they would only be the ones to get affected. So it wouldn't matter what planet you're in, if it's someone who actually remembers that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, that memory will just wipe away. But that will only apply to Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel in this case. Because Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan never met Spider-Man, so they wouldn't have any idea on who he was. But then again, Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan probably would have saw the news that Peter Parker was Spider-Man due to Mysterio exposing his identity. So, in that case, they would also forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because they would see the news and be like, did anyone know who Spider-Man was? And they'd be like, nope, not a clue. So, it's like for the Earthbound characters, his friends and family, his fellow Avengers and the public, they would forget who Peter Parker was. For people cosmic characters like Captain Marvel, in this case Carol Danvers, or Nick Fury, that would theoretically, it could be infected. But the characters who were off-world and had never met Peter, such as Thor or the current Guardians of the Galaxy, wouldn't have their memories altered simply because they didn't know who he was to begin with. So people are thinking oh, Thor will remember. Yeah, Thor and Peter never had they never had an interaction with each other. Guardians of the Galaxy, Quill, he's seen Peter under the mask. Same thing as Mantis and Drax, and I'm pretty sure Nebula as well, and Rocket. Probably Groot. So in point in short, there is no limit to who it affects the spell for. It's just mainly whoever had an interaction with Peter, and even with Under the Mask, whoever remembered Peter Parker was Spider-Man, even with watching the news, they would never have. They would never remember who he was because of that spell. I hope this answers your question.